What is going on, guys? Happy Saturday night. Putting in some work late on this Saturday. I just wanted to get this video out there. So every single week, for you guys that are in the community, you already know we post our analysis inside of the Discord and the Telegram chats. So we do focus on the higher time frame for this analysis that we do post in here. So this is market structure that you can look at for the entire week. We publish each of the ideas on TradingView, and we do go over everything on the Sunday Market Blitz on Sundays. So I'm going to recap all the analysis from last week. As always, we're going to take a look at how all of our trade ideas played out, and I'll show you guys, if you've never used the publish idea tool, you can go ahead and play forward. So going into the week, let's read through our idea here. At the bottom, I'm just going to move this over. So USD CHF, I was thinking on the weekly time frame, we are seeing doji candles forming at a main level of resistance. So this is the 4 hours. So this is all those dojis that we're forming in here. As long as this pair is below the resistance level on the 4-hour time frame, I'll be looking for short opportunities. On the lower time frame, I'll look for entry opportunity, and unless we break above the resistance, I will continue to look for shorts. So let's play this forward, see how it played out. So this is what I was talking about, guys. As we were below this level, I was looking for short opportunities, which we did have some at the beginning of the week. And then as we broke above this resistance, that's when we started to buy. So going into the week, again, this is where price opened. You can see right here, price opened up right here. So on this candle, rejected the resistance, pushed down about 80 pips, and then we broke to the upside. And then after that, didn't leave us too much room for a buy opportunity. I'm still looking for ultimately the retest down to this level before buying anything. But you can clearly see how this idea played out. Let's go to next to Euro USD. I was trying to keep it very simple last week, drawing out structure like this. On the monthly time frame, we are seeing a retest of major support. The weekly is beginning to slow up at this level, and we will see if we can get signs of reversal here on the lower time frame. Structure on the 4-hour time frame looks to be extremely bearish. I will look for opportunities to buy and sell based on the structure we are seeing on this time frame. So we could see very bearish here. We were hitting this support level. So let's play this out and see how it went down. So price opened up lower, gap down, then we pushed back up, and we ultimately had this huge fall off on EU, literally about 170 pips, moved to the downside, and you can clearly see here, guys, the lower highs were being formed. This ultimately was the last opportunity to enter right in this area, and this was just another pullback to this 38.2 level that we do have with our fibs on here. So remember, when price creeps up past this 38.2, past the 50% level, price is not going to just go from 61.8 all the way to negative 27. There is going to be a trend forming on the lower time frame. Always, most cases, you'll see rejection of 61.8, and then I'll pull back in your 38.2, and then a continuation there. So that's just kind of how this played out. So again, guys, this analysis is just overall higher time frame market structure. So use this to your advantage. Let's go to GU next. On the monthly time frame, we are seeing a rejection of a serious level of resistance down to the daily time frame. We are seeing a reversal of trend as two lower highs just formed below the resistance level. On the 4-hour time frame, I've drawn out exactly where we want to see structure to go, and we'll look for short opportunities. So remember, we always want to enter on the lower highs. We could get down to the lower time frame and just be trying to start intraday trading this at this point because it's bearish on every time frame. But ideally, I wanted that retest of that level. And as we could see, price gap down, pushed up. We did get a retest of this resistance level right here. But as you could see, not much opportunity to enter because I wanted a larger pullback. One thing I will note is we had this bearish engulfing right there. Following that, could have been good opportunities to sell. Or we could have went down to the lower time frame. We'll see this week. I could already see right here we have a resistance level at this 138.250, and that's ultimately what I'm going to look for on the retest and then short this again. So let's go over now to NZD USD. On the weekly time frame, we can clearly see that we are testing a level of support right now. That's this level right there. Down to the daily, we can see that price has been descending aggressively as we move towards the support level. Down to the 4-hour, I'm actually seeing a break of structure with a nice retest of support. If we get a break of resistance on a lower time frame, I will look to go long on this one. So this was the idea on the 4-hour. We had structure, broke this lower high, pushed up right there. We were hovering around the support level, and then price actually opened up lower. So price gapped down and opened up lower, and then we had this huge sell-off. So based on how I drew this, this was the level I was looking for buys in. Obviously, it broke below here, retested, and then sold off, and this thing ended up falling about 230 pips. So huge move last week on that one, NZD USD. Let's look at USD CAD next. On the weekly time frame, we are clearly in a downtrend and heading lower. I'm looking for this pair to make its next lower high on the daily time frame to continue with the downtrend. We have some confluence right now, so I'll look for potential entries when the market opens. So look at USD CAD. It was testing this resistance. I either wanted to short at this level or wait until price pushed a bit higher. Let's just see how this one played out. So going into the week, remember, we wanted a resistance of this level. Price gapped up right on the open, so this level was then not able to be utilized anymore unless we pushed back below. And then we pushed up now into the monthly level. Ultimately, if I had a fib on here, this is a 61.8, and we could potentially see those sells that we were hoping for last week, this week. Next, let's go to gold. On the weekly, we broke a key level of structure and are now definitely in a downtrend. There are two scenarios here. On the 4-hour time frame, we can either continue higher into the weekly level of resistance, or we can break structure, retest, and head lower. So let's see how this one played out. So price just messed around all week, just started to consolidate in this channel, never really broke below the support level. We're still testing it. Never gave us really opportunities to buy off of this level. So this one was a tough one last week. Was definitely trying to take trades on this throughout the week. But at the end of the day, remember, this is the overall idea. Either support here, push higher, clean break of this level, and then a retest. So that's gold. Let's go next to GBP JPY. So this one we actually caught a nice trade on last week. On the monthly and weekly time frames, we are in an uptrend. Last week did start to pull back, so I'm thinking this may be the time to look for shorts and to a support level. We've got two opportunities here as structure is testing potential higher low area on the 4-hour time frame, which means a big move is ahead for us. Either we find support here with multiple confluences and head long, or price breaks the support and goes short. So let's see how this played out. Right on the gap, right on the open, this thing gapped down. We shorted it right here. We literally shorted it right here. Nice 200 pip move to the downside. Stops were like literally 20 pips. So this move went crazy. Now we just pulled all the way back to this level. So we'll see this week. I'll do the analysis and line this up. But this is how GBP JPY played out last week. So now let's take a look at some of Nick's ideas that he had put out last week. We had a DXY, always looking at this one to look at confluences for potential trades on any of the major pairs here. So weekly trend bearish, daily trend bullish, 4-hour trend bullish. As you can see here, trade scenario 1 was looking for the break. We're on the 4-hour, looking for the break of the 91,950 level, and then the support, and then go long or just continue lower with this trend. So trade scenario 1, again, currently we're looking for long positions in line with the overall trend. Price action is now consolidating in a range. To enter long, ideally we need to see a higher low above resistance at 91,950 with confirmed bullish setups. Target higher towards negative fib area. So let's see how this one played out, guys. As we can see, price gapped up on the open. Actually gapped up a lot. Gapped up about 40 pips, which told me price was fairly bullish. Then, we broke above this level, never did get that clean retest. We did retest the high right here. Remember, this is the 4-hour, and then it just continued with the overall trend. So that's how that analysis played out. Let's go next to AUD USD. Trade scenario 1, overall we were very bullish, but price action on the 4-hour time frame has been ranging. For us to comfortably enter long, we want to see a higher low above 77,150 with strong bullish setups, target higher towards 7,800. So bullish on the weekly, bullish on the daily, bearish on the 4-hour. So we're on the 4-hour here. As we could see, I guess it's even showing this gap here because we did the analysis a little bit after. So we were either looking for support to be met at this level and to come higher, break, retest, entry, or continue with this overall bearish trend and continue lower. And as you could see here, price came up to the level of resistance, the 61.8, broke below and just tanked, went much lower. So this just continued with this downward trade scenario 2 over here, and that gap really did kind of give away going into Sunday everything that was going on. So next, let's take a look at AUD JPY. Trade scenario 1, overall we are still very bullish and are looking to continue with that trend. Price action is currently pulling back to our monthly support level around 83,300. We'll be looking for reversals to enter long on. Look to target higher towards prior highs. So pretty much he had this identified as bullish on every time frame. We could see on the gap, obviously this thing did turn to be bearish. This was a nice resistance level here. And if we play this forward, you could see the break right there. Nice resistance, nice bearish and like at the top here, bearish candle. And this thing tanked lower about 180 pips, 190 pips. And then now at this point, it's pushing up. So just see how we're utilizing these levels, guys. This is all learning lessons here. Always take the trades on lower highs and higher lows. Don't be taking random trades out here. Next, let's take a look at UJ. So as I could see here, we had this rising wedge, fell out of it. Thing was pretty bearish, but we were coming into a major support level. Bearish on the weekly, bullish on the daily. 4-hour trend is bearish. So these types of combinations, ideally, we tell everyone you want all of these to be lined up. That's not going to be the case every time. As we can see for trade scenario 1, overall this pair is extremely bullish and overextended. We can spot 2 potential long scenarios based on current price action. Either buy off a bounce of support at 108.425 or buy after a confirmed reversal near our 38.2 level. Okay, so let's play this forward, see how it played out. So we came into this 108.425 area, wicked down, fished into this area, came down again, bullish engulfing. Entry could have came right here. That could have been the entry on the lower time frame. Based on the fact that this was in a downtrend, it broke, retested, pushed to the upside. So that's UJ. That's how that one played out. Let's go on to Euro JPY. This chart looks like a mess. So weekly trend bullish, daily trend bullish, 4-hour trend bearish. Trade scenario 1, still overall very bullish, but price action is currently pulling back with strong bearish volume. We are looking for reversals from key levels like 128.850 and our 61.8 fib level. Look to enter long on strong bullish confirmations and higher lows. So ultimately on this one, guys, we're looking to maintain this bullish trend or either break below this 128.850 last level of support and start to go short. So as we can see here, we had multiple kind of scenarios. This thing gapped down, pushed up, found resistance, pushed down, broke the support, retested, could have had a little short opportunity right there off of the level, and then we just broke back to being bullish again. So we're going to have to redo this analysis. Again, guys, when it comes to these, ideally we want all these to line up. That'll give us the best trade idea. So last but not least, we already covered gold, so I'm not going to cover this one. So again, guys, inside of the Discord, we're going to post all of our analysis tomorrow. The Sunday Market Blitz will be at 8 p.m. Eastern time. There also will be a webinar at 3 p.m. Eastern time for FX Seed, where I'm going to be interviewing one of the master traders, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. So it's going to be very interesting. And yeah, guys, so exciting times here going into next week. I hope you guys are getting prepared, and if you're just relaxing on your Saturday night, I hope you enjoy the rest of your night, and kudos to you for taking the time to watch this. If it's Sunday for you now, get ready for market open. Join us on the Sunday Market Blitz at 8. And as always, guys, thank you so much for all the support.